I almost did it again. I almost did it again. I almost decided to start over. Aren't we just tired of starting over? Every time our life seems like it's a mess, we want to start over, or we feel like we're not in the space that we need to be in. We are feeling like we need to start over or reinvent ourselves because that is what the internet is saying. That is what the world is saying. The world is saying if you are a certain age and you are not where you need to be or want to be at this certain age, then you need to start your life all over. Then you need to reinvent your life all over again. Just blow your life up. And I am here to say I failed for that so many times. But I'm not falling for that anymore. Like, I'm just not. I don't have the time, the energy, or the money to keep starting my life over or to keep reinventing myself. And the thing about that is when you think about, you are starting your life over, it's like you just so what you did before, does it not matter anymore? It was that a waste of time? Was that just, a waste of something that I did? Now I have to start all over again. I am at a place where I am starting where I am. Forget starting over. I'm just so frustrated about it because I was actually about to do this again. I did it in 2015, 2016, somewhere around there when I turned 40. I literally just reinvented my whole life, which worked. And I'm glad I did because I was able to transform my life from a shy person, from a person who was just really passive, that allowed any and everybody to walk over me. Um, I just didn't stand up for myself. So I'm glad I did reinvent myself when I was 40. And in the midst of that, in between the years of me being 40 and 50, I reinvented myself again by starting over, with trying something new. And it just gets old. It gets old. It gets very expensive. And I'm just at a point where I am no longer starting over. I'm starting where I am. I'm starting in my mess. I have been a hairstylist for the last 25 years. And I was just thinking the other day, like, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I am now 50. I do not foresee myself being a hairstylist at 55 or either at 52. Now, I know God have other plans for our lives, but for me, I don't foresee that. So what am I going to do? I am one class away from getting my bachelor's degree in health science, but what am I going to do with that? My husband and I just finished. We curated TEDx Robinson Road. It's a event under the TED umbrella. So you may have seen TEDx's events are all around social media, that kind of stuff, which is really cool. That brought me out of my shell. That helped build confidence in me because I was born shy and an introvert, and it helped to transcend my personality some. But now I'm like, and after producing this event, we worked on it for the last 6 months. It happened June 13th, and it was such a wonderful event. We gave 14 speakers a voice on the TEDx stage, and that could literally change their lives. And we are so grateful that we were able to do that. And now I'm like, okay, Lord, what is it for me? Like, where am I going? What's next for me, and what do I want to do? Do I want to be a coach now? Do I want to coach other women? Um, like, what is it that I want to do with the rest of my life? And I just thought about ways, of how I can start new and fresh with something. But I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. That is just so tiring and so frustrating. 25 years as a hairstylist, it's been really good to me, but it's so fragile for me right now because I don't feel like it's anything that I can depend on anymore. Um, and I just want, so I'm feeling like I just need to start new. I know I'm sounding like I'm all over the place, but I'm still just kind of like trying to figure it out. So instead of me starting over and reinventing myself, I came up with some framework that I think can help me and help you if you are in that situation as well. Because maybe, your spot that you're in is not feeling like you are 50 and not in the financial situation that you want to be in, over even though you're not poor or you're not struggling, you're just not where you thought you would be. Maybe it's you if you're dealing with perimenopause and you gain weight and trying to figure out if you should go and get a gym membership or just start at home because you have, started a gym membership 10 times over. You'll get a gym membership, uh, delete it or cancel it and renew it again because you think this time is going to be better. I would say, you know, just start at home. Start where you are. Start with walking. Start with just lifting some dumbbells at home. Start with doing some push-ups or something like that. Maybe, it's your marriage and you find yourself in a spot and you think that you need to go and find a new husband or a new spouse or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's your job. Maybe you think you need to go and find a new job. Maybe it's your children. Maybe you think you need new children. I don't know. But something, you're in a spot and it feels like you just need to reinvent your life and start your life over. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna start where I am in all my mess and what it came with, or what it comes with. That's where I'm starting. So here's the framework around starting where you are. Name the real spot. And I took notes, so I'm going to be looking at my notes. Name the real spot, not the one that's impressive, the actual spot that you are in. Two, find the next true thing, not the dream, not the 5 year plan, the one true next step from exactly where you are. So, again, if you are dealing with your weight, like I am, and you feel like you just need to blow up your bank account and go and renew your gym membership, just start where you are. Start in your garage, watch your video on YouTube, and start there. Three, take that step without blowing up your whole life to do it. You don't need to leave your marriage to start over. You don't need to quit your job to start over. Just start where you are. Just make one step at a time. You don't need to move across the country to prove it counts. Like we feel like we have to do something very dramatic in order to feel like where we're starting from, for it to feel like it counts. You don't need to do that. Four, repeat from the new spot, not from zero. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from where you are. And that is name the real spot, find the next true thing, take the next step without blowing up your whole life, and repeat. Put it on repeat. You do not need to start from zero. And that's it. That's the whole method. It's just, you just need to start, and you just need to start where you are.